I'm Adam McJunkins. This is my wife, Darla McJunkins. We're in northern part of Buren County in a little town called Dennard, Arkansas. It started years ago, of course, with my family. We raised cattle, hogs, chickens, everything to eat. And then my wife, on the other hand, they had a cattle farm the whole time. And so we was both raised up in the farm aspect of one way or another. And then we started ours in 1994. We got together, so that's what made this family a whole. Once I married my wife, we bought our first piece of property with feeder calves. We went together with a friend of mine. We shared the place, didn't have no property, so I bought the cattle. We bought the cattle and he supplied the land. And that's what got our foot in the door. And so then we bought our first piece of property and we bought some cow calves, and probably in the late 90s. And then in 2012, the drought hit, and we sold off our cattle and kept our calves and bought enough calves to make a pot load. And so we went right back into the feeder business and been in it ever since.
My main thing is the girl power behind it. You know, obviously they couldn't have the knowledge that they have without having him and somebody that would instill that in them. But that's pretty proud that they can take stuff and run with the equipment. It'll make me cry. But
they was on equipment at an early age. Literally, it started out with the Jeep, the battery-powered Jeep. Every kid should have one because it teaches them how to drive. And so I think that started, and it went from there to the tractor, and then to the bigger pieces of equipment. And it's not just driving something in a circle. There's things that go with it. I mean, they both know how to rake hay, they both know how to bale hay, and so they have to pay attention to what's going on, not just drive.
We pretty much wanted to do whatever Dad wanted to do. We wanted to go with him whenever he was on the tractor, or he rode the side-by-side, or he's going to check cows. Riding horses, we did that all the time. Dad would constantly, he'd tell us, let's go saddle your horse, you need to ride. And we did that from a young age. We rodeoed from a young age, so if we wanted to rodeo, Dad always said we had to ride our horse. So if we were willing to be out there, he was willing to saddle it for us.
We would go out in our arena, and part of rodeoing is like you want the fastest time. So we'd have Mom sit out there and time us, and we would race and like do our barrels as many times as we could.
Farm. I can't spell it properly.
Yeah.
I spent time with my father, obviously. Normally I do the cattle much of the times I do, but normally I do all the time.
Yeah.
So yours is probably poking the cows up.
Beating on it.
Beating on it. She likes to stay in the side-by-side and beat them from the side-by-side because she didn't like them to come near her.
It keeps you safe,
yeah,
right?
as long as they were locked up, then she was good. If they weren't locked up, she'd be in the side-by-side waiting.
Yes.
And as you said earlier, I mean, we have a beautiful place, and we're very proud of it, and it didn't happen overnight. It took work ethic to work a full-time job and then come home and take care of a farm also. We're very proud of it. Future of the farm is to continue to grow the farm. We have a little bit more land that we can clean up. Hopefully someday we can add more acreage to the farm. My father-in-law, they have a farm just down the road, and so someday that will be ours and our kids to continue on his legacy of everything they've built over the years. And so it's going to expand tremendously, especially if they can come home and work right here. They will have a farm to work on.